Hello and welcome to another pointless evening broadcast. Today I wanted to talk about some silliness that I just saw, thanks to Shady Grin. And I can hear myself, that's not cool. All right, so if anybody's in the audience, hello. But Shady sent me this thing and I thought, well, I gotta make everyone else suffer too. So if you're watching this, get ready. It's going to be cringy. You see, Marvel's got some new ideas, and they're, of course, not good ideas. Hey, Towels, how you doing? Hope the evening finds you well. So, I used to be a big Marvel fan back in the early 90s, late 80s, back when they were, good. And ever since the bankruptcy crash, they've been on a roller coaster, and it's been very unhealthy. But the last few years has just been terrifying, absolutely terrifying. So let's take a look at this article here from Bleeding Fool. Trigger warning, there's a scary image coming up. I mean, a scary image. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? I can't tell. My screen's behind. Okay. Buckle in. Here it goes. Whoa! Look at that. What is going on? She looks like she stole a hat from one of the members of the Monkees back in the 70s. And I don't know, I really don't know what's going on here. It's horrifying. The point is they're introducing a new character. I know, right? They're introducing a new character called Amulet. And his power, irrelevant. The important thing is that he's a Muslim and he's plus sized. So he's a big fatty, right? He's not even strong. He's just fat. So they're going for some positivity. See, Arab is celebrated for his Arab heritage and being a plus-size hero. Okay. He's shaped like a friend. He got friend-zoned right out of the gate. Like, oh, you're friend-sized. Is that what we're calling fat people now? Friend-sized? This is so sad. So they're trying to diversify the mold or something. I don't know. I really don't care about Miss Marvel at all. What a terribly written character with stupid powers. So now she's got this new friend who's just a fat Arab guy. That's his... No, she's not the supervillain. She's probably the writer. So, yeah, I don't know what the goal here is, what they're hoping to gain, but they're doing this new event called Outlawed, where they're making it illegal for anyone under 21 to be a superhero, which probably would have been done a long time ago, honestly. So this is part of that big event, and this big fat dude with fire hair, I don't know. It doesn't even tell me in the article really what his powers are other than being fat. At least I lost interest early enough that it may have said in there. But I don't care. Your powers are not being fat and Arab. Those are not superpowers. Those are characteristics. But I thought, well, this is pretty bad, right? This is pretty stupid. I mean, okay, that guy is not going to run fast. I'm a heavy dude, but I don't dress up and try and fight monsters. That would be weird. And this guy thinks he's going to run away from these demon-looking things. That's probably not going to happen. Hey, Ryan. So, yeah, I'm just talking about these fat characters they've got going on. And first of all, that power is so dumb. And what's this fat dude gonna do? He's gonna get eaten. He is totally snack sized. Oh, I'm sorry, friend sized. No, this is not a comedy. This is a new character they're introducing. His name is Amulet. He's Arab and fat, and that's all we really know about him. Boring, right? But it gets worse because they're relaunching the New Warriors with a brand new set of New Warriors. See, the New Warriors you loved and grew up with in the 90s, yeah, that's done. Screw them. They're now mentors or something. So they don't actually have to do anything. And the people down below that are small because they're terrible characters, they're the new ones. And Shady sent me this clip that was just mortifying. It was funny until I let it sink in. And then I was like, this is going to go really wrong. So he sent me this tweet, which we're not going to spoil it. We're going to watch this. See if I can actually share audio when I do this. All right, hang on. I don't know what I'm doing. Stupid technology. Damn kid stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so Marvel used to be the house of ideas that have these cool characters and new ideas. No, now this is some dude that looks like Cyclops, right? And the hero haircut, moo. I don't know what's going on here. But if you guys can, let me know if you can't hear this. Oh, you want a wrench? Okay. Hold on. If chat would stop moving. Oh, cool. All right. Well, James says there's incoming on the old Streamlabs. I'm pushing the system limits here. Thank you, James Colley. How pissed are you about the ass fucking the New Warriors are getting? That's exactly what I'm doing this for, because I am so pissed. This is so insultingly bad. So I skipped ahead. This guy that's talking is the writer on this. And he looks like, oh no, James, you're on the same page here. This guy looks like he just hangs out at Starbucks. Like he's the Captain Soy of the Starbucks Brigade. And these are the characters that he came up with. This is how pathetically unimaginative these guys are. So let's see if this works here.
As the New Warriors costumes sort of feel classic and instantly familiar. So the first character that we're introduced to is Trailblazer. She's a group home in foster.
Yeah. Can you guys hear that okay? Because this is Trailblazer. Now, if you're going to have a character that's plus size, I don't think she's going to be blazing a lot of trails. It's not going to happen. Maybe Wake Rider, because she's going to have a big water wake behind her when she jumps in the pool. But, and I know I'm going to be mean here, but these characters are stupid. Can you hear the audio okay? Somebody give me a yes or a no. That'd be super. But yeah, look at the stance she's in. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What do you do? I'm going to outrun you by fast walking. Yeah, fast walking. But she's apparently going to be the leader. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So her name is Trailblazer, and she's the only trails she's blazing are at the buffet. But
kid who is volunteering at a senior center when this mysterious threat shows up at night.
Yeah, so she's volunteering at a senior center, and she's in a foster home. Okay, well, how much oppression can we stack on here? This is dumb. I know, James. I know.
Thresher runs to the rescue, and because she helps him, she ends up in the crosshairs of this new outlawed law, and she inherited from her grandfather a magic backpack of divine origin. We picked up.
Okay, she inherited a magic backpack of divine origin. First of all, who's giving out divine backpacks? What god does that? I am unclear on this. I'm not up to date on all my mythology. Maybe there's some new ones floating around for the past few thousand years that I was unaware of. But I don't remember anyone being like, here's a magic backpack. Yeah, we got Fatty pushing her right around. The New Warriors used to be cool. They had some like B-list younger characters like Firestar, and Speedball was dumb, but he could be fun. And Justice, there were some actual cool characters in there. Yes, Dora the Explorer is their leader. Only she ate Dora, I think. That backpack is probably full of ho-hos. That's how she gets her superpowers. She just like swallows ho-hos whole. I saw that and I could not stop laughing. When Shady sent me the clip, he only sent me a narrow clip about 2 of those characters, and it wasn't that one. Oh, thank you, Talos, for the donation. That's very generous of you. So, and look at this guy. Seriously, doesn't he just look like the... he looks like the guy at the comic shop that, like, peed himself. But I don't want to say too much mean about this guy. I can't necessarily hold it against him. He may have been forced to do these characters. And they were like, if you want the writing job, you're going to do these characters. And Trailblazer's going to be a body-positive woman of color.
The name Trailblazer because she's somebody who charges into action.
That girl does not charge into action in any respect. Why is she in the front? That woman would be about 10 feet and then heavy panting while her heart palpitations were slowing. Are you kidding me? This is insanely stupid. Plus, I hate this when they do this shadow stuff here. This is really lazy. And it doesn't work when you have a big fat person because it just looks like Shmoo ate somebody. Yes, Speedball had a story arc. He became penance and tried to, make up for his failings. He had character. These are just generic personalities. Ryan, that would be awesome. It would be funny if she became a human bowling ball. I approve of this. And yeah, I'm on board with that. It would be a lot like it was a bouncing boy from the Legion of Superheroes. He was just some fat dude, and he bounced around. I don't know any fat kid that didn't think that was cool. She rolls into action. Yeah, pretty much. All right, so let's continue here.
Knows that she can do some good with this, mysterious gift that she's been given. Screen time is...
Okay, so what's her power? She charges into combat with her magic backpack? So she's safe from the back? I don't understand that. That is it a bag of holding? They don't explain why she is so important. All right, the next guy's name is Screen Time because that's original too. Like, seriously, was this guy just at like a discount thrift store and he saw random objects? Like, oh, there's a Trailblazer in the parking lot. Oh, Screen Time. It was probably some screen printing service that he saw an ad for. And the rest of these characters will just wait.
A internet kid taken to its sort of logical conclusion. As a youth, he was exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. And that's...
What is experimental internet gas? Seriously. He was exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. Was his grandfather watching farting porn? Like some weird Japanese stuff? Because that is the only way that sentence makes sense. Seriously. Your words roll out. Yeah, that's what I said, Towels. What? Yeah. Exposed to internet gas, experimental or otherwise, like that implies there's some stable form of internet gas out there. What does that even mean? Yeah, that's the best theory yet, Ryan. His grandfather huffed compressed air.
Has patched him permanently into the World Wide Web. The word screen time is only a...
Now, okay, if you're under 50, you should not be calling it the World Wide Web. It's just the web. That's a dated terminology. But this kid is patched permanently into the internet. they already have characters that can do that. One of which is Vision's daughter. So that's kind of dumb. And so what? He's just inundated with advertising and pop-ups all day? Like, that sounds like a weakness more than a power. That seems really stupid. Okay.
Ever used in a...
Oh, and also this building back here, it looks very lonely because it's like they can't afford the rest of the set. That bothers me for some reason.
A sort of restrictive sense. And because we're doing a story about teenage rebels, a lot of the names are about teens fighting against labels that are put on them. So with screen...
Oh, you heard that? They're fighting against labels being put on them. Oh, that's so rebellious. I'm fighting against labels, man. I'm fighting against words and signs, yo. No, this is sub-millennial trash. I don't know what this is. This isn't even good activism. This is like way worse than slacktivism. You're fighting against labels? Shut up. Grow up. God, this is like stuff 8th graders think about.
Screen time, we liked the idea that he has infinite screen time. Snowflake and Safe Space are the twins. And
yeah, you heard that right. Actor version. Snowflake and Safe Space. The two newest heroes from Marvel Comics. I don't know when I fell into this universe from the one I was in before, but I don't like it here. This is not cool, man. I know, James. It's getting ridiculous. And look, they have the like emotional mental illness haircuts. Like, this is the type of haircut you get when you go in a mental ward right after they delouse you. Because they're afraid you're going to pull it out or something. I mean, Snowflake and Safe Space are the two worst. Oh, who's your backup, Cap? Oh, I got Snowflake and Safe Space. Where are they? Well, one melted and the other one's hiding with some puppies. Wonder victims activate. Get one, Mike. I like that. Yeah, it gets worse as we go. All right, let's hear what these idiots' powers are.
And their names are very similar to screen time. It's this idea that these are terms that get thrown around on the internet that they don't see as derogatory, to take those words and kind of wear them as badges of honor.
All right, you're taking... Oh, we don't see these as negatives. So you take pride in being a whiny little baby, and the other guy takes pride in what, hiding from everything? Come on. Right, Jake? Right? It's like they're trying to go out of business. Like, I call these SJW chick tracks for a reason. Because they're going out of their way to have some sort of preachy indoctrination crap. And that's exactly what this is. This is the embracing of the lowest common denominator and saying, hey, this is the way it should be. This is what you should accept. Like, if they start quoting Al Gore and, I don't know, a bunch of other, like, crybaby lunatics in the comics, that would just complete the deal. You know, from the Book of Sarkeesian, chapter 4, verse 17. That I expect that at this point. It's so lazy. And look at that outfit. That is just hideous. Like, his earrings match his hair and his costume. So you can't tell me the Absorbing Man isn't going to rip that earring out and half your lobe is going to be gone within the first 5 minutes of a fight.
Safe Space is kind of a big, burly, sort of stereotypical jock. He can create force fields, but he can only trigger them if he's protecting somebody else. Snowflake is non-binary and goes by they, them. Snowflake...
You heard that? Yeah, he is a human highlighter. Yeah, that was a man. He's a big, burly man. You heard that right, though. Snowflake is non-binary and goes by they, them. That's where we're at now. At least these are new characters, and they didn't just randomly turn another one gay or non-binary. They've been doing that enough. So I'll give them credit for at least creating a new character, even though that new character is hilariously stupid. Once I hit my head on the table so much right now.
It has the power to generate individual crystallized snowflake-shaped shurikens. The connotations of the word snowflake in our culture right now are something fragile. And this is a character who is turning it into something sharp. Snowflake.
Yeah, because there's nothing more useful than a throwing snowflake. I feel like these guys should be in a black block somewhere. If the other guy's hooked into the internet, does he believe in his non-binary teammates? Well, it depends what sites. It would be hilarious if that kid was like super arrested because he was like, "Oh man, you're just some Tumblr losers. I don't want to hang out with you." Yeah, all of the things.
Like is the person who has the more offensive power, and safe space is the person who has the more defensive power. The idea was that they would mirror each other and complement each other. B negative is the goth kid. When he was a baby, he got a rogue life-saving blood transfusion, we assume from Michael Morbius, and now he has a very similar look and very similar vampire powers. B negative also is obviously a pun. It's a blood type, which is great for a vampire character. And it's also a proud ownership of the idea of having a bad attitude. I want the people who read our new world.
B negative for your vampire character. Are you playing Vampire the Masquerade circa 1993? Yeah, there's no T in that guy. I thought that was a girl, actually, up until just now, because I didn't watch this far in, because I was laughing so hard, I had to do this stream and share my misery with everyone else. I don't know what I'm seeing here. Yeah, internet guy just spazzing out. You're either a 1 or a 0. There's no in between. I sound like an old man shouting at the clouds. I understand. But, oh yeah. Oh, really? Safe space for twins, but embrace each other like lovers. Yeah, that kind of creeps me out too. First of all, what color tone is that? Like, there's obviously an ethnicity there. What is it? Because they just look like generic brown. We don't know anything about these people's character. We just know traits. And their power set is just surface traits. Snowflake, stupid. Quantum sexual, is it? That's probably a real thing, isn't it? Young people, stop. Seriously.
Warriors to feel all of the excitement that they felt if they read the 90s one. We want it to have big, colorful characters, personality clashes, romance, a diverse cast, which is something that the New Warriors titles have always strived to make a priority. Every New Warriors comic has always felt like a reflection of the year that it came out. And I don't think we're worried about being dated. I think we're way more interested about it being now.
And that's the problem. You're worried about the now and not the longevity of the character. So you're not giving them personality traits. You're just giving them surface traits as a quick cash grab. So this comes out April 15th. I am not buying this trash. Not a penny of my money is going toward this garbage. I remember liking the New Warriors series when it came out in the 90s. I think it was like 1990 or so. But this is going to be $4 of sheer stupid. And it's going to be the same kind of foo-foo nonsense that we've been seeing for the past few years, but now emboldened because they're creating these new characters, Snowflake and Safe Space and generic vampire haircut person. I don't care about any of these people. You didn't tell me anything about them that made me care about them in any way. Fat foster kid, vampire kid, internet loser, and Snowflake and Safe Space. Their names pretty much say everything you need to know right there. Yeah, Ryan, you're basically summing up. Yeah, the average price is $4. We're lucky this is at $8. They are just bankrupt on ideas that they can't even salvage bad ones out of a trash can. The people could come in with like usable bad ideas, and they would still be like, no, 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 that's too offensive to some Inuit in the Yukon or some nonsense like that. This is pathetic. This is them trying to slap everyone in the face that complained about all the garbage they were doing before. They're like, oh, you want new characters? Fine. In the moment, man, we don't care about the long term. We're worried about the now. That is the worst kind of short term thinking. And since this comes out in April, we'll probably all be under quarantine anyway. So this is going, I predict this will bomb really badly. And I will buy it out of the 25-cent bin at my comic shop. Unless my comic shop guy gives it to me for free. I am not spending a penny on this. I will find nickels in the street to pay for it out of the quarter box. And that'll be about as much as they're getting out of me for it. Beyond that, this looks insultingly bad. Oh yeah, and just for the record, suck it, Marvel. I don't know what they're thinking. Grab bag filler. Oh, that's insulting, man. What poor schmuck is gonna be like, oh, I got 5 free comics, and one of them in the middle is this out of like those multi-packs you used to get. You know, there were like 3 comics, and the middle one was always trash. That's what this would be. But they're doing another one called Children of the Atom, which is kind of along the same lines. They're creating new heroes, but they have the same powers as other characters. It's so lazy. Yeah, they could give it out. Yeah, nobody wants to hoard this as toilet paper. Yeah, exactly, Mike. It's stuff like this that makes people stop buying comics. Let's look up Children of the Atom. Of course, it's not going to show me the new characters. Yeah, of course. Anyway, the new series Children of the Atom is awful looking. It looks horrific. No, it's X-Men were called the Children of the Atom. They were doing this thing where they were somehow influenced by nuclear radiation for a little while. Then they kind of dropped it, but the terminology stuck. Yeah, this is how we ended up with Gay Iceman. I would be more likely to support Comicsgate if I read crap like this, and Comicsgate would actually ship me my books. But yeah, it's this is just hot garbage. I don't know what they're thinking of proving this stuff. Like if you came up to them and you're like, hey, I know we've been getting some heat because of our politics in comics, but oh no, you never have to apologize, Towels. There's a lot of stuff people don't know, and some people are new to the hobby. And I ramble a lot. But yeah, I got the hey, Mr. Editor, I got these cool ideas. I want to reform the New Warriors. Only instead of having the cool ones that people like, I want to create some new characters, and they are going to be very, very 2020. Yeah, sorry, Mike. I'm just a little bitter. It's nothing personal. Just a little fired up these days. Right? I would absolutely read that comic, Ryan, because that would be 10 times better written than this trash. There's actually a pretty good alternate book called Mighty Mascots. It's a great young adult title, like for kids, where a bunch of like serial characters came to life and through some like 3D printing accident. Don't ask, it's silly. And they're hanging out with like Gary Coleman. So that was actually a pretty fun series, but it cost me $1.50 for an issue of that, and they want $4 for this crap. At best, this is a $2 book, maybe $2.50. if it was well written. But the problem is that it's not well written, and even that cover art isn't particularly good. I don't know who this Daniel Kibblesmith guy is. He was the one talking, but I have no idea who he is. Luciano Vicio, I don't know who that is. RB Silva, I do recognize he did some X-Men stuff, but I don't know who these people are. So I don't know the creative team. They have characters named Safe Space's Snowflake. Seriously. Like, his power should be to summon kittens and blankies and to rock in place with the comfort rock. That should be his whole power. And Snowflake, she just like sits there and screams about Trump or something. I don't get it. I don't know what they're thinking. And Trailblazer is the one leading the group. She's gonna have a heart attack. I just don't understand this. This blows my mind that this is what they are coming up with for new characters. That how out of touch are your creators? What insular little echo chambers do they live in? Do they have tents inside of Starbucks now? I really don't know. I haven't been in a Starbucks in a few years, but every time I walk by the one in town that near me, I'm like, oh, look, people that look like they smell. I just don't get it. I did like the concept of what they're doing with this outlawed thing, where you're an outlaw if you're under 21 and trying to be a superhero. That could be interesting. That would be a cool mini series, similar to what they did with Fallen Angels with the New Mutants back in the late 80s. It was an interesting idea. It didn't really work that great, as I recall back then, but you could do something like that, and it could be interesting. This just looks lazy and shameless. Who is your target audience that wants to look up to a guy named Safe Space and somebody named Snowflake, knowing the connotations they're in? And the internet loser that's just, he might as well just be a troll on the internet. And Fatty McGee here, and whatever's going on with this idiot. They called him a goth, but he looked more like a bondage queen. Yeah, James, that would be too good of an idea, and Marvel doesn't believe in good ideas. There are ways to make characters interesting. Even the worst ones could be interesting, but they refuse to put the characters in any kind of position where they will actually be challenged, or they might lose because, oh, we got these people of color, we can't let them lose. That is the most pandering shit. Yeah, you like that one? Yeah, I don't understand it. It's this oh, you poor little person, let me help you up. No, these people aren't going to be in any real danger. There's going to be no risk. It's just going to be them standing around in a coffee shop arguing. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a bunch of nonsense drama, and it's going to be boring. And seriously, if a comic book could smell like pee without actually having pee on it, like a scratch and sniff book, this would be it. I would put money on it that you would pick this up and your hand would smell like urine for a while. Because maybe it would be just psychosomatic, but that's how you're going to feel when you read this. It looks so tragically awful. Like, I mean, tragic in like the ancient Greek way. Like, you expect to like watch somebody have a coronary after reading this because it was so bad. It literally is like some cursed item. No, they won't do that with Cannonball. He's busy hanging around in the X-Men ethno state these days. He's still with the New Mutants. Yeah, this is total trash. I couldn't believe it when Shady sent me that because he showed me the clip of Safe Space and Snowflake, and I giggled. But then I found out there were other members of the team, and I had to track the full video down, and it was as horrific as I thought it would be. Well, actually, probably more so. So, yeah, because Lunar Archivist was the tweet he sent me, and it's just this about literal Snowflake and Safe Space, one of whom is non-binary. So aggravating. The guy with the technomancy power got them from an experimental internet gas. This feels like a parody, but the guy isn't self-aware enough to pull it off. Yes, exactly. Oh, but yes. Oh, Mike, that's a great idea. A virtue signal character? Absolutely. Then this book might be funny at least. They probably will smash the patriarchy, Ryan. I could almost guarantee that in the first issue, Snowflake is going to reprimand someone for not using the proper pronoun. I would put money on that. And I don't have any money because that's how safe of a bet that is. Oh, it's so dumb. So dumb. It boggles my mind how unimaginative Marvel has become. How lazy are you that these are your ideas now? These are the characters you're making. You went from making Spider-Man to making Safe Space and Snowflake. Yeah, they probably will fight the pink tax. But I noticed that this powerful Safe Space warrior is wearing magenta because he's embracing the pink. I don't even know what I can say about this without losing my YouTube channel because it's just so stupid. So stupid. And they're going for like a hawk and dove look here or something, but wearing like scuba suits or something. What is with these shorts? Like you're running into battle with your legs exposed. That seems like a terrible idea. At least Chubberlocks here has the dignity to put a coat on to hide her blubber rolls for safety. And notice Morbius Jr. here, who's just a knockoff Morbius, let's call him. He's got the same weird short things. I don't know what's going on with that, but he's wearing like these thigh-high boots or whatever. I don't know what that's all about. Like, why would you expose just this area? That seems very silly. Yeah, pretty much. I don't understand this. You have all these cool characters right above them that you have at your disposal that you could be using. These are way cooler characters with solid histories. You could make a new Warriors book of that. Thankfully, this is only a 5-issue miniseries. Marvel knows to plan for obsolescence at this point, but man, they probably will do that, BG. It won't surprise me a bit. Marvel seems to want to embrace all things woke. Yeah, Kibblesmith, I keep hearing that Kibbles and Bits commercial. I know that's a mean thing to say. I don't know the guy. He looks very much like he drinks lattes, but I don't know him. He may have just been doing this for the paycheck. We could hope, but I doubt it. He looked very much like an anorexic concentration camp version of Joss Whedon, and probably thinks as highly of himself as well. Yeah, I feel like if you're paying $4 for this 5-issue miniseries, Marvel owes you your money back, and they owe you some more money. Oh yeah, I don't doubt these people smell of cabbage. Oh, thank you, James. Let me refresh my page here. Oh, thank you, James. Here's some money. Bet the house. Thanks, James. Now, I will use that money to buy a good comic book. I do not understand what this mess is. And you're releasing this at the worst possible time. With all the quarantines going into effect. This comes out April 15th. We may still have massive sections of the country that are quarantined. This book is going to do horribly, especially if I feel bad for the store owners, because as a former store owner, sometimes you have to order books and you don't necessarily look too deeply into them. So somebody may have just glanced at this cover and not really seen these small people here, but saw these big people here and just said, hey, I'll order 5 of them. People like the New Warriors. Oh, really? Oh, wow. That's rough, man. I'm not surprised that Oregon did get Isn't that where the old folks home was that got hit, or was that Washington? Either way, I'm not surprised. You guys got problems out there. Stay safe, man. Wash your hands. Don't breathe near people, because people are disgusting to begin with. Oh my gosh, I was at Walmart today, and that place got hammered. It's right next to a trailer park, probably unrelated, but probably not. And it was like Lord of the Flies in there. I went in for one thing, which was near the entrance, thankfully, and I decided to go for a walk through the aisles, and it seriously looked like Hurricane Katrina in there. I was waiting for people to start looting, but I did see a fight break out over some snacks and water. Somebody tried to take something out of somebody else's cart, and it got into a shoving match. Good times were had by all. Yeah, Ryan, what surprised me? This does seem like the sort of thing where they'll like try and slip it under the radar, but this has been planned for several months now. I just didn't know enough about it, and I didn't really pay attention to it because most Marvel stuff is garbage, and I don't buy it. There's a handful of them that I will actually buy. Oh, sorry, Towels. Oh, that sucks. I know wherever there's an outbreak, even in one or two cases, it's going to be so much more difficult to do anything. And people are really overreacting and panicking. You should be worried a little bit, but it's not the time to freak out. This is not the apocalypse. At least let's hope not. Never know in China. But yeah, this is a sign of the end times right here. I don't know which sign it is, but if they were on horses, I'd be a little more convinced. I mean, they've got one like mule here, but if they were on horseback, this would look like one of the seals got cracked from the Book of Revelation. I don't know what's happening. This is the weirdest timeline we could have. This trash is popular in some respect. This is what Marvel produces during the plague times. I want something good to read, damn it. So, yeah, I just wanted to do a quick stream on this and vent my rage and frustration with how bad Marvel is. Because this is a joke. Seriously, I've seen better giveaway comics from Radio Shack back in like '86 with the Whiz Kids. Those were better. The Quick Bunny team up with Superman was 1,000 times superior to the look of this. And that was drawn well. Yeah, Ryan, you're not wrong. People are losing their jobs. Some of them at Marvel should probably be losing their jobs. This is going to have ramifications for probably a generation. The whole world is in lockdown. This is unprecedented in human history. And we need to be aware of that this is very historic time we're living in, and it's very uncharted water. We've had pandemics before, but it's been over 100 years. The technology has changed, travel has changed, the way we do things has changed, and people don't remember how to do a lot of the things they used to do. I saw people complaining that restaurants were closing because they didn't know how to cook. So they didn't know how to take care of themselves. And that's frightening, because that means those people are going to really panic, and they're not going to know what to buy to stay alive. And that should worry everyone a little bit. I'm more worried about the people freaking out than I am about the disease. The disease is scary enough, but people freaking out and doing dumb stuff because they're scared is, in my opinion, far more dangerous to society. So just be a little more alert of your surroundings. It's getting crazy. Yeah, BG, that's exactly it. The Axe body spray characters were probably better developed too. And they probably had cooler powers too. I hope you're right, Tells. I hope this is over at the beginning of summer, because I don't want to deal with this shit when it's like 90 degrees out. And that'll give us time to build up resources for if it comes back in the fall, then, which likely will have little offshoots in the fall, little pockets of it popping up. But we can all hope it goes away during the summer. Yeah, seriously, I've seen giveaway comics that were better than this. That 3D Man was better. The Whiz Kids was better. The issue where Spider-Man fought smoking because there was this guy that could create smoke. Him and Storm did a team up. That was 1,000 times better than this. And that was a free one that they gave us went through like the Dare program or something. But it had Spider-Man in it. It was a lot cooler. So yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing over at Marvel, but they're doubling down. Sobalski's not very good at his job, or he just doesn't care. I don't know where they're getting this idea that woke stuff sells, especially after all the movies have been tanking that have been doing it. Terminator and Charlie's Angels and all the other ones with the woke rah-rah girl power. They're just not good. And their Marvel's sales have been garbage for a long time. You'd think they'd get the hint. But I guess ideology takes precedent over money. Maybe they're hoping Bernie Sanders will give them some free stuff or something. But this makes me very sad. And these characters are a joke. They're laughable. But the sad thing is they're replacing the heroes that we love with this trash. This pastel, unimaginative garbage. It's just lazy. So pick up some indie books instead if you get a chance. Try out some new stuff, some independently published stuff. There's lots of good ones out there that are definitely better than this. If you're going to spend $4 or $5, do it on something that looks like you're going to enjoy it, not this trash. And DC's going to be doing the same thing. They're committing to diversity and all that. So they're almost certainly going to reboot the universe with a more diverse cast for this 5G thing. So, yeah, time to look into some alternate companies, smaller ones. Yes, Corona-chan is weak to toilet paper. It's like a talisman against evil, Ryan. You don't know. It's like vampires have garlic, you know? So if you see Corona-chan, just wave your toilet paper at her, and she'll be like, oh, noes! But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. I just wanted to complain about this and ramble a little bit about how angry I am that they're ruining a legendary book. And I don't even see Justice on here. Like, there's whatever name, Fish Girl, Fish Sticks, that's her name now. And Firestar, Rage, Night Thrasher, Speedball. Where's Justice? And because I mean, Vance Astro was awesome. Anyway, this is enraging. Oh, Streamlabs. Those are some of my favorite words. Thank you, Telus. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And the same to you, man. I hope you guys have a great day. Try and enjoy the time that you've got before everything's all closed down and it looks like I Am Legend out there. Hopefully they'll figure out a treatment and everything will go back to normal very quickly, and we can all go about our lives complaining about how stupid this shit is. There really is no justice in Marvel Comics. Just social justice. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate the donations quite a bit. That really does help. And I'll let you guys get on with your evening. And thank you so much for coming out for this impromptu stream. And hopefully I'll be able to do this again in a few days. And we'll go over some other nonsense when the new books are listed for next week. So thanks for coming out and have a good one, guys.